Tonight on KOTA Territory News at 5:30, visitors to Rapid City Regional Airport are treated to a new art exhibition. Plus, Attorney General Marty Jackley weighs in on an ongoing child pornography investigation. And a woman arrested in connection to Monday's fire on St. Charles Street makes her first court appearance. Your news starts now.
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cottle. The woman arrested in connection to yesterday's house fire on St. Charles Street made her first appearance in 7th Circuit Court this afternoon. 54-year-old Amy Couture of Rapid City is charged with 1 count of second-degree arson for allegedly setting fire to the home yesterday afternoon. The Rapid City Fire Department says when looking into the cause of the fire, both the fire department and the Rapid City Police Department, investigators deemed the fire as suspicious in nature. They say a review of neighborhood camera footage showed a tan SUV leaving the residence. The smoke was coming from the house and say it was later determined Couture was the owner of the vehicle. The fire department also says Couture sent threatening messages to the homeowner prior to the fire. Officers obtained a search warrant of Couture's residence, and according to police, upon arrival, Couture smelled of gasoline. The homeowner's sister spoke in court, asking for a heightened charge and a no-contact order for the entirety of the family. She said, quote, "We don't want to live like this anymore." Couture also had the chance to speak during her appearance, saying, "All of this is ridiculous, all of it." Couture is currently being held on a $50,000 cash-only bond. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. The man charged with attempted murder for a Rapid Valley shooting last October was arraigned on a second charge this morning. 19-year-old Travis Chips pleaded not guilty to first-degree burglary. He was arrested when police were called out to the area near Apple Tree Road in Rapid Valley after reports of a man knocking on people's doors asking for help after being shot last October. Back in December, Chips pleaded not guilty to attempted first-degree murder. If found guilty, he faces a maximum of 25 years in the state penitentiary for each charge. He was set to start trial August 4th, but that has been canceled. Chips is due back in court on July 29th. An Illinois man is dead after a motorcycle crash Monday afternoon in Custer County. The South Dakota Highway Patrol said the 77-year-old rider from Hamilton, Illinois, was killed in the crash on South Dakota Highway 36, 6 miles west of Hermosa. The patrol said the man was riding a Harley-Davidson CVO westbound on Highway 36 when he did not make a curve, went into the north ditch, hit a driveway approach, and rolled. They say he was not wearing a helmet. Well, we've had on and off sunshine in Rapid City this afternoon. Are there any storms around? Meteorologist Ryan Larmy was in the First Alert Weather Center with an update. Like yesterday, looking ominous from time to time out there.
Yeah, definitely looking ominous over the Black Hills. No severe thunderstorms today in the hills, but we did see some of those thunderstorms bubble up. And we are seeing some more bubble up on First Alert Doppler radar this evening. Let's take a closer look at what radar looks like right now. We're seeing one lone storm that's up in Carter County, just south of Ekalaka. Plenty of cloud coverage in Ekalaka because of this storm, but we're also still seeing that cloud coverage from the storms that were in the Black Hills earlier. Those have now all diminished, and the cloud coverage remains in Rapid City, as we can see here on our Golden West Weather Cam, Tower Cam up on Skyline Drive, showing the cloud coverage still over Rapid City, providing some shade. But with those thunderstorms that do fire up, there's a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for some of those severe storms that was issued today. But let's take a look at the temperatures. Those temperatures are a little cooler in Rapid City because of those clouds, but everywhere else, mainly in the 90s. Look at Edgemont. They're at 96 along with Sheridan. These temperatures are just the start. We have even a hotter day in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll be planning that out, plus more coming up.
Thank you, Ryan. South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley has invited FBI Director Kash Patel to come to South Dakota. KOTA Territory's Blake Trolley spoke with the AG and has the story.
Attorney General Marty Jackley says he has a variety of goals he would want to accomplish from the FBI director's potential visit.
I'd like to take him to Indian country and show him some of the challenges that we face in law enforcement with drugs that exist in our state as well as in Indian country. I'd like to bring him to our training facility and show him how we do it here in South Dakota. It's a model program.
Jackley says he would also like to explore adding Bureau of Indian Affairs officer training opportunities in South Dakota. While Jackley notes that Patel is not in charge of BIA officers as they are under the Department of Interior, the AG says that Patel would add an important voice of support to the issue.
When you've got General Bondi, Director Patel, along with the U.S. Attorney, the Attorney General, and senators saying this is a good idea, I hope BIA starts to take a look at the opportunities we have right here in South Dakota rather than shipping our officers hundreds of miles away from family. We can train them better here, more cost effectively.
Jackley's invitation to Patel came during a recent meeting between the two in Washington, D.C. U.S. Senator Mike Rounds sent KOTA Territory News a statement expressing support for having Patel visit the Rushmore state and for the push to add more local BIA training opportunities. The statement reading, "As I've long said, we must find a way to make it easier to train tribal law enforcement officers that can help with the rising crime rates on reservations in South Dakota. One way to do this is by providing additional training closer to home right here in the Dakotas." In May, Rounds asked the Department of Interior to establish a permanent tribal law enforcement training center in the Great Plains region. In Rapid City, Blake Trolley, KOTA Territory News.
And Attorney General Marty Jackley is asking parents whose kids were coached by a now criminally charged former gymnastics coach to reach out with any pertinent information. Hayden Sengwa worked at Just Gymnastics until May of last year, was indicted on multiple child pornography-related charges. The AG says investigators are trying to identify all of the children in the more than 14,000 pictures in the case.
Some children have been identified. There's some AI involved. We just want to make sure if there are local kids out there that may need assistance, they may need help, we want to just make sure we're identifying them and getting them the help that they may need.
Federal prosecutors allege Sengwa received and possessed images of child sex abuse from 2018 to earlier this year. Sengwa's alleged collection included photos of infants and toddlers being sexually abused, tortured, and engaging in sex acts with animals. Sengwa is alleged to have possessed computer-generated child pornography in addition to erotic visual depictions of minors. As of late last month, federal prosecutors say that none of the photos of local children coached by Sengwa rose to the level of child porn. A partnership that lasts more than 2 decades deserves a good celebration. Yesterday, Allegiant Air celebrated its 20-year anniversary with the Rapid City Regional Airport. Since July of 2005, the airline has flown more than 1 million passengers in and out of the airport. Allegiant is known for being an affordable airline that provides all nonstop flights from small to medium-sized markets to destinations including Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Orlando. During the celebration, the airport held a celebration that provided travelers cookies and cake and a ceremonial water salute from Rapid City Fire Department Station 8. The airport's executive director said they continue to work with Allegiant on existing routes and bringing in new ones.
We're constantly working on doing new route development, trying to get new routes to new destinations and be able to continue to keep that low-cost service moving into Rapid City and get more options available for folks here.
Dame said they are continuously meeting with airlines in an effort to grow the options in Rapid City and increase passenger traffic. Visitors coming in and out of Rapid City Regional Airport will now be able to indulge in 15 new indigenous art pieces as part of the airport's partnership with Crazy Horse Memorial, the Journey Museum, and the Sioux Indian Museum. Rapid City Regional is now displaying an art exhibit that shows Native American art. The exhibit will be up for a year. It is a way for the airport to show local art and culture and showcase what people can experience in the Black Hills area. The exhibit includes past images of the carving process at Crazy Horse Memorial and current celebrations that are conducted there.
The Black Hills is a huge visitor market. We bring in millions of people from across the world, and this is really a first taste of the area. We want people to be able to experience the culture and legacy of this place and really see some of the things that make the Black Hills great.
People can find the exhibit in the post-security area near the gates on the 2nd floor. Anyone who happens to drive or walk past the 5th and Fairmont Boulevard intersection may come across a politically charged statement there with graffiti. The words "Free Palestine" were spray painted in black on a wall across from St. Thomas More Middle School. The Rapid City Catholic School System Director of Facilities said the incident happened between July 3rd and the 4th, making it the 3rd time "Free Palestine" was written in the area in the last week and a half. He has the phrase was written by using chalk for the first 2 occurrences and that the graffiti reflects poorly on the school system.
It's a matter of disappointment that this is happening. We don't have anything to do with what's going on in Palestine today. The only understanding I have of why they would do this is because it's a nice billboard on a busy intersection.
Goshen said that whoever is behind the graffiti is trying to send a larger message to Rapid City, which the person or people wants Israel to end its occupation of Palestinian territories. Well, the week seems a little cooler than last week so far, but is anything else on the way? We'll have your accurate First Alert forecast coming up later. But first, businesses in KOTA territory are working to better accommodate those with sensory sensitivities. We'll let you know what's being done coming up next. The five senses are sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste, but each person experiences them differently. Organizations in KOTA territory are working together to make activities more inclusive for people with sensory sensitivities. Rosetta Jones has more.
Each and every person perceives the world differently, including how they handle sensory information.
Some individuals have difficulty processing what comes in through their eyes, their ears, their skin, their noses, the smells.
From quiet swim times to calm theater performances, sensory-friendly options are definitely growing in KOTA territory.
More and more children and adults are being diagnosed with sensory irregularities or difficulties processing sensory information. Certainly there's more people being diagnosed on the autism spectrum. We're just becoming more and more aware of it.
That's why the Parks and Rec Department is hosting a 4-part sensory-friendly swim series at the Roosevelt Swim Center starting this Saturday. The event will provide a safe space with no music, spray features, whistles, or slide activity for people of all ages to come have fun.
This is the first time that we have done the sensory-friendly swimming, and we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to come in and enjoy our facilities and have fun doing it.
The Black Hills Playhouse is also hosting sensory-friendly performances this week, designed with input from autism advocates to make sure everyone can enjoy community events without feeling overwhelmed.
It's important that those families and those individuals be able to participate in everyday activities that you and I just take for granted.
For a full list of activities, go to our website. Reporting in Rapid City, Zeta Jones, KOTA Territory News.
Storms are back in the forecast for Rapid City, but is severe weather a possibility? Meteorologist Ryan Larmew has the latest details next in your accurate First Alert forecast.
Now, the First Alert forecast with meteorologist Ryan Larmew.
We're now taking a live look at our Golden West weather cam and Granite Automotive. And near I-90 in Rapid City, we can see the sunshine starting to peek back out over the Black Hills. Those storms have died down, but we're still cloudy in Rapid City. Downtown, we're seeing the clouds directly overhead, but just off in the distance, we have some sun coming right back out. Those clouds kept temperatures down today, only at 82 degrees right now. Winds are calm, and we're going to see these temperatures continue to stay around the 80-degree mark throughout the rest of the evening in town. Now, we are talking about the temperatures everywhere else on the hot side. Look at this, 96 down in Edgemont and Sheridan, 92 in Gillette, 89 up in Buffalo, and in Faith, 90 out in Phillip, 93 in Pine Ridge. Closer to the Black Hills, we're seeing 80s and 70s. The rain-cooled air in the Central Hills are much nicer than what we're seeing elsewhere in KOTA territory. West Rapid, look at that, 78 degrees there, 72 down at Sheridan Lake, but Newcastle on the opposite end of the spectrum, 91 degrees. So it's a hot day depending on where you are, and we are still tracking one little storm or one little remnants of some storms in Carter County. Other than that, the cloud coverage in Rapid City will begin to push off towards the South Dakota Plains. That will keep the heating on the low side for the plains. Now we're talking about those temperatures staying in those low to mid 80s until sunset, and then by the time we're clearing out and seeing the skies begin to clear across the area, 70s are expected after sunset. But tonight we're going to be seeing a mild night. Last night we got into the upper 50s. Tonight only in the mid 60s. We're also going to be warming up quickly from 65 at 6 a.m. all the way back up to 80 at around 9 o'clock in the morning. And the sunshine tomorrow is going to help fuel those temperatures once again. We could see a few clouds by the afternoon and evening hours, but some storms also possible. And we're staying hot, 95 degrees. This is all dependent on if those clouds kind of sit over Rapid City like they did today. My forecasted high yesterday for today's high temperature was in the low 90s. We only got up into the mid 80s before those clouds started to work their way in early or late this morning, early this afternoon. So this 95 really dependent on the cloud coverage in town, but we could see some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. And with those thunderstorms, we have another chance for them on Thursday and Friday. Temperatures are going to start to cool down though, especially by Friday, where we're going to be in the mid 70s for afternoon highs. We're also talking about the possibility of some severe weather. There's a level 2 out of 5 slight risk for the northern South Dakota Plains. This is north of I-90 for tomorrow. Almost everyone else in a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, including Rapid City and much of the Black Hills. This is tomorrow's outlook. And we have another outlook for your day on Thursday. A level 2 out of 5 slight risk for the southern South Dakota Plains. This is south of I-90 for the most part. Rapid City, we're in that level 1 out of 5 along with much of the Black Hills. So some more severe weather possible both tomorrow and Thursday. Let's plan everything out on the hour-by-hour forecast. Here's tomorrow morning showing the possibility of those storms firing up by tomorrow afternoon. But tonight we're seeing clear skies around the area. A mild night for us as we start to see those temperatures at around 65 in Rapid City. A few spots in the hills may drop into the upper 50s, but tomorrow we're heating up once again. Look at that in Hot Springs. Triple digits, 100 degrees, 99 in Pine Ridge, 95 in Rapid City. Those temperatures decrease as we head throughout the rest of the work week, and we will see those temperatures start to increase once again by the weekend. 90s on Sunday and Monday. Jack?
Thank you, Ryan. Well, coming up, one of the Rushers' top players signs on for another season with the team. Plus, we check in with the Rapid City Post 320 baseball team as the Stars look to play well down the home stretch of the season. Bit Quick has all the details next in KOTA Sports.
Happy dinner time, everybody. The Rapid City Post 320 baseball team split a doubleheader with Spearfish last night. Post 164 won a tight game 1 4-3. The Stars busted out the Big Bats in game 2, rolling to a 16-6 victory. Post 320 is now 24-23 on the season. This afternoon, the Stars hit the diamond in Pierre for another twin bill. Now, Post 320 came up on the short in game 1, falling by the score of 9-6. The Stars did out-hit Post 8, 8-7, but that wasn't quite enough to earn the victory. Game 2 is a tight one. They're playing on right now in the 5th inning. It's Pierre leading 5-4. Now, Post 320 is now focused on playing well down the home stretch of the season. The Stars are led by a pair of talented players in Jet Peterson and Colton Melhoff. Both Peterson and Melhoff are talented outfielders who also handle some pitching duties. Now, not only are they talented players, but they're also valuable leaders for Mike Jansen's team. Both players have had their share of success swinging the bat this season, but they can also sparkle with the glove. And this duo takes pride in being strong defensive players.
You just got to work on things a lot, work on different situations, get out here and just take reps, honestly. Just come out, take a lot of reps, and practice those positions a lot. We're doing pretty good. We've had a couple tough games, but we're getting better. We're learning every day, and so we're getting better.
I think just my speed is definitely a strength for me, and I think just my willingness to work with everybody is, always helpful. I have some friends that I've played with for a few years, and it's always fun to play with them. And it's always fun to work hard with them and compete with them.
I'll let you know at 9 and 10 if the Stars are able to battle back and get that win in Game 2 against Pierre. Hey, there's some exciting news for Rush fans as Ryan Wagner has signed on for another season with the team. The forward racked up 79 points last season, which were the second most in the ECHL. Wagner did lead the league in power play points with 30. He also took on a leadership role with the Rush as a 29-year-old served as a captain for the first time in his career. Well, let's jump on in for another edition of Big Old Fish. And this evening, Merrick is our featured angler. Merrick reeled in this 19-inch bass out of Newell Lake. Congratulations to you, Merrick, and best of luck in the rest of your fishing endeavors. Hey, you too can be featured on Big Old Fish. Just send us your picture by using the Submit Photos link at KOTATV.com. Make sure and give us the name of the person who caught the fish, what kind of fish it is, how big it is, and where it was caught. Get those pictures in, and we will get you on Big Old Fish. And we have some more Legion baseball action for you coming up tonight. Post 22 and Sturgis are squaring off. Originally scheduled for a doubleheader, going to be one game tonight, 7 o'clock at Fitzgerald Stadium. The Hardhats meeting up with the Titans. And Major League Baseball tonight, Twins opening up a series at home against the Cubs. And you can see that over on Fox. Once we're done with the news, switch it over there to catch the Twins and Cubs in action. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Now we're talking about storms possibly moving in around here.
Yeah, not tonight, but tomorrow we have the possibility of those storms, Jack. Let's take a look at what we're talking about tonight, though. We're seeing those temperatures in the 60s across much of KOTA territory. Clear skies tonight. It'll be mild, though, but here's tomorrow's forecast. Temperatures get hot.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.